3 of the 100-day challenge, that is on growing a YouTube audience. And just a quick refresher on the episode 2, where we we went through the how to start a YouTube channel and what you need to consider. So in this episode, I'll be touching on some of the things that I wish I knew when I was starting, and some of the things you should know. And to recap on the first episode, we covered on how to identify a niche as well as the audience, and why a plan is important, and how you need to create the targets and the what you should expect. So in today's episode, which is episode 3, let's get started. And I'll start by what I think you should know when you're starting. So the first thing you should know is that when you're starting, the views don't usually just come when you're starting, and it takes quite some time. So it may take even months, even an year. But when you're starting, you must know that what keeps the visibility is that of your channel is that you must keep posting. So you must keep posting videos, and there are two forms of content, that is the green content as well as the viral content. Now for green content, you must create content that is able to survive the limits of time. So this is content that is not limited to what is current trending, and it is content that is fit always. So this is content that can be watched at any time. It can be relevant today. It can be relevant in 5 years and in 6 years. So this is content that is quote unquote generalized. So this is content that maybe can add value to someone who is watching it today, and at the same time add value to someone who is watching it in the future. So most of this content tend to be content that show you how to do general stuff, or content that inform you on how to make a certain decision, how to achieve something. So these are the kinds of content that will fall under green content. So for green content, the curve it will always start slow, because it's not a viral content. So you can post a video today, if it's a green content, then it will just get very few views. So you post a green content, so as it starts, it might even get less than 10 views. As past 1 month, it will get maybe to start getting 200 views. Past 3 months, to get like 400 views. Past 4 months, maybe it starts peaking. Past 5 months, now it gets to, let's say, 2000 views. Then at the 6 months, now it skyrockets. Now at this time, when if it's a green content, it will stabilize at a peak when the views will be high. So the views may continuously increase. And now this is actually the good thing about green content, because once it establishes visibility, this content will always keep generating views. This means it's a create once and always content. It's a create once content that will always ensure that you have a watch time, because watch time is driven by views, and watch time is also critical in YouTube success. So green content would be the best content for you if you want to have content that will always keep your channel stable. Now the other form of content is usually the viral content, and the viral content is always a time based content that is limited, because something that is viral today is not viral tomorrow. So this is content that you must have a clear entry and exit strategy. That means that you must know what is trending, because you must post what is trending, being the first one. So if something is trending, then you must be among the first person to post that thing. That will ensure that by the time the audience gets to interact with other forms of the same viral content, your content will have reached more audience. So what do I mean? So if something starts trending today, if you want to leverage on viral content, you need to get that thing that is trending as soon as possible to your platform. You need to edit the video, and once you edit, you need to ensure that it has all the trending tags, and also you need to ensure that it has the trending descriptions of that time, and also the trending hashtags. So that is under viral content, which is content that spikes. So you can post a viral content today, and by evening it has reached millions of views. So if it's a viral content, you'll know. And one way you can know whether a content is viral or it will go viral is you can look at who are posting. So there are three ways you can know. First, you need to go to a big channel, then you need to go to a small channel. If you find that a certain video was posted by a small channel, let's say a channel has 500 subscribers, or let's say 10 subscribers, but the video has a lot of views, like let's say it has 2 million views, then with the same related content, you find another channel, not necessarily the same actual content, but the same topic. You see that in a big channel, it also has the same video, and it is also has views. That is a viral content. So what you need to do is you need to now be creative, get your own version of that viral content. That is, you can recreate, you can do a narration, you can just do something creative on that viral content, then ensure you post it on your channel as soon as possible. And when you're posting it on your channel, I've said you must ensure that it meets because it must be relevant to the current trending descriptions. So you must ensure that one, it has the trending title, a trending description, and a trending hashtag. I'll be making more detailed videos on how to do that, and because you can add a trending description, but it won't trend. So how do you craft your description? How do you craft your titles? And how do you craft your hashtag? So in a future episode, which of course I'll be doing on those things. So stay tuned. So the next thing I want to cover is another thing that I hope I knew, or I wish I knew, is that you must be consistent. And when you're starting, as I had started, is that don't always be like you start and you start getting views, but the consistency. So you must always post. So don't like post today, then come after 5 years or 6 months, then you post. So because there will be, so YouTube works on the basis of which are these channels which are pushing content. So it tries to identify who are pushing content and consistently. So you must at least push content on a weekly basis. So this is like the bare minimum, which is not the best approach. The best approach would be either if you can in a day, ensure you post something. This will ensure that you are consistent. That is, you must ensure that you are consistent. that is quantity that of the videos you're posting. And then you must also ensure that those videos are on a related topic. That is, ensure you organize such that you don't mix. If you mix, like let's say you have a topic today but you post tomorrow a different topic, so what you are doing is that the audience that was today may not be the one that was tomorrow. So you need, even if you have to do different, you must use a strategy of plan like 3 days will be for related content, do those three related topics. In now the next let's say 5 days, do 5 days of related content consistently. So the next, so there's no day you are skipping, but also you are doing batches of related content. So that is on consistency. And also the quality, so the resolution, which this will be handled by the video editing apps. So there are various applications you can use to determine the quality of your video. So, and I'll be talking about the constraint. When quality increases, the size increases. You need to ensure that the file size of your video is very small. Okay, because if there are people who create content but they are creating bulk content, so they are creating like you can see someone has 2-minute video, but the size of that, even on the phone alone, on the laptop or whatever device they're using, is very large. Now YouTube optimizes that when it's uploaded, but then it still affects the size of that video. And if the size is huge, then it means the users are using more bandwidth, more. If you are on data, you are using more data to watch that content. So you need to pre-optimize that file, that video file of yours, so that it is SEO optimized, search engine optimized. So YouTube itself is a search engine, but it's a video based search engine. So by search engine, I mean that you search content, then it will rank the content based on what you have searched. And actually, it's something else that the viral content, if you want to focus on viral content, you must leverage on search. How is your content able to be searched and found? Which I'll also be doing a video on that. So the other thing that I wish I knew when I was starting was that the thumbnail and the titles matter a lot, and the number of description, text size, the characters, word count. So if you are starting, so okay, you must ensure always that the title is not more than 70 characters. So I've made comparison of various videos I've uploaded, and if the title is very long, they won't like get a lot of traction. So the title needs to be short. The other thing is that the title needs to be catchy. You must grab attention, because these are human beings who are watching. So you must always remember that these are human beings, and human beings have emotions, and human beings have they don't have the luxury to like, they want to understand something in a quickest possible way. So your title must be short, brief. It must also explain what your videos. By just looking in seconds, I can be able to understand and relate. So once I understand, you are able to grab my attention. Because I won't click on a video if I don't understand. So there are people who put titles that don't give you a basic understanding within the first. Remember, you are not the only creator, the platform. So you must ensure that your titles are short. Number two, they're easy to understand by just looking, because the screen will have a lot of videos. So everyone will have you'll have creators, different creators. So assume there's a creator next to your video whose title is just very brief and very easy to understand, and it connects instantly with the viewer. So which video do you choose? Definitely I'm going to choose the one which I've understood quickly, the one that grabs my attention, and I don't need to think. So if users are or viewers are thinking about what your video is about, then you have failed that aspect of thumbnails and title. When it comes to the thumbnails, ensure you balance between clarity and also the amount of text you add in your thumbnails. Thumbnail is what the picture that shows when you're scrolling. You'll see that there's the title at the bottom and there's the picture or the graphic that accompanies that video. So that thumbnail first should be catchy, just like the title. The same concept of the title, catchy. It should relate, very intuitive. It should be clear. By clear, don't put so much text is a distraction. I want like a graphic that tells me 1,000 words with less text. That is what I mean. If you are able to achieve that, a graphic or an image that tells me 1,000 words without any text, that is the best thumbnail. Then of course, if you want to add text, you can always add a text to that thumbnail. But now the problem is that you see that people over text those thumbnails. So if I'm scrolling around those videos, so there are videos, so there is one content creator on YouTube who will have like a lot of text, like a paragraph. So I'm not able to understand. I'm not, as a viewer, I'm not able to get what is the intention of this video. So you must ensure that the graphic has the minimalist, the least amount of text, and it conveys a message using the graphic itself, the picture itself. And another thing is must be related to that video. Don't use clickbaits. Like don't create a thumbnail that is different from the content to describe, because what it will do, it will hurt your content, in the sense that yes, in the first instance people will click on your content, but YouTube will not, because it will see that people are just clicking but they don't watch the full content. So that is relevant. So if people don't watch, it will start downgrading, so it won't push your video. So YouTube always likes that engagement, and engagement is when users click, they watch, they comment, like, share, and watch till that is engagement. You don't need to have subscribers to have engagement. If you can have engagement, you are triggering the virality of that video. So actually the baseline is always engagement. If you are able to have engagement in your videos, you'll be able to get that virality you need. But of course, there are other things that contribute. It's not just engagement. So for you to, so I'll be doing future videos. So this is a 100-day challenge of growing a YouTube audience. So I'll be making more videos on that. So the other thing I need to emphasize is on the titles, and what the aspect I want to bring is the issue of repetition. So I wish I knew that you shouldn't repeat yourself, but you should always tune your titles that went viral. So if in your channel there are titles that went viral, don't repeat it, but use the same words. Maybe you can reorganize, but they must not be exact. If they are exact, your viral video, the video won't go viral. But you must ensure that your titles, even those that went viral, they need to be like tune them, change the description. If the first title was like easy ways of doing something, now you can now reorganize that so that it has that word doing something, then you have easy, then maybe you can add some, this is how it was easy to do. So you need to like reorganize. It was the same viral title, but you need to know how you reorganize that. So that is on titles. And the other thing is that you must know that viewers don't have time. So people don't want to keep on your content. So you must ask yourself what will make people watch your content. And this you must ensure first you grab attention. Once you grab attention, you need to ensure they stick. And how I'll be doing more videos on how you ensure that they stick, but you must know that people don't have time. Ensure you summarize as much, you condense your content so that it explains the same message. And now if you are starting, the best content to start with would be short videos, that is videos that are less than 60 seconds, and this ensure that they're in portrait, so you are able to reach many people within a short time, because people don't have time. So many people watch your content because you're posting very small videos, that's very short videos which can be watched by a large audience. So you must concentrate on shorts. So if you are starting, I wouldn't emphasize you start with long content. Like, don't start your new channel, but you are starting with content that is, let's say, 15 minutes. So yes, it's doable. Some people are able to do that, but most of the people start, because when you are starting, you are looking for an audience. So, and the best way to get the audience is to start with short videos, that is 60 seconds or less. Ensure that doesn't reach 60, because if it reaches 60, it starts being a bigger video. But a video between 15 seconds to let's say 55, then it is able to to include that information that you want, will be a good video. So the other thing is the relevance. So you must ensure that your content is relevant. So for relevance, you look at what others are doing, and what what your content is about. So most of the time you find out that the content you are doing, if it does not align to what others are doing as of that time, it won't get traction, because what others are doing, that means there is an audience, there is already people who are watching that. So if there are people watching that, yours is to be able to fetch those people, and the way you fetch these people is to ensure that that audience that watches that content will also watch you. So relevance, don't like create just, even if you must be unique, but be relevant. So those are some of the things that I wish I knew. And this was episode 3. And I'll be doing, I know I'd promised to do the content you can do versus the content you can't on YouTube. So I'll be doing that in a future episode. So this was episode 3, and thank you for watching. If this was helpful, let me know. This is the 100-day challenge of the growing a YouTube audience. So thank you for joining, and let's meet in episode 4 on niche relevance and ensuring that your content is relevant. Thank you.